Endorsements for former President Donald Trump to be the future President Donald Trump by Idaho's congressional delegation were rolling in yesterday. After Ron DeSantis suspended his campaign on Sunday, we heard from Senators Mike Crapo and Jim Risch and Congressman Mike Simpson, all of them throwing support behind Trump. For a couple of them, it was a complete 180 from 8 years prior, and we were wondering why. Well, today we got that explanation from Senator Mike Crapo, who yesterday added his voice to the growing number of people standing behind Donald Trump, as he put it. In his release, he cited wanting a strong country, both economically and abroad. But as we also showed you yesterday, that contradicts what the senator said in October of 2016, when he said, "I can no longer endorse Donald Trump," saying, "I've spent more than 2 decades working on domestic violence prevention." And he repeated his actions and comments toward women have been disrespectful, profane, and demeaning over the years, or at least leading up to the 2016 election. Remember, this was right after the bus dial audio was leaked about grabbing women. Well, this is what Idaho's senior senator said about all of that today.
Yeah, I said those things. I also said that if it came down to him or Hillary Clinton, that I would choose him. And that's what happened. It came down to him or Hillary Clinton, and I chose him. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad the country did.
I guess the question is, what's changed between then and now? He was just found to have sexually assaulted a woman in New York and $5 million in damages. That does not apply to today?
You know, look, President Trump has controversial behavior. I identified some of it. The bottom line is that whether a person likes Donald Trump or dislikes Donald Trump, the decision we have to make is between him and Joe Biden as the leader of our country. And for all of the reasons that I just described, that's an easy decision.
Okay, so bottom line is his record of abuse toward women doesn't apply today like it did 8 years ago.
You can use whatever words you want. I've explained what I said then, which is if the decision comes down to having someone who will lead this country powerfully versus someone who will tear the country down, America should choose the person who will strengthen this country. So when I asked about the 91 felony charges against Donald Trump, Senator Crapo pulled the weaponized DOJ card. Back in 2016, Senator Crapo did flop on his non-endorsement, by the way. As he mentioned, he did end up, well, let's see, he endorsed Trump at the beginning, then withdrew it, as we talked about, then said a couple weeks later he's voting for the Republican ticket regardless. And when it became clear Trump was going to be the Republican candidate for president. Meanwhile, Trump's defamation damages trial, because he continued to demean and defame writer E. Jean Carroll before, during, and after the trial where he was found, I should say, to have sexually assaulted her, that trial continues.